My sister and I were visiting an uncle in California, probably about 17 years ago now, and he was thinking about getting into the frozen yogurt business at that time. So he was looking for our advice, to pick locations and take a look at a couple different things. And these yogurt shops were very busy. We looked at ourselves and we said, well, there's nothing like this, back home in the Philadelphia area. So why don't we come back home and work on our own concept? So that's what we did. So it was about 2 years of hard work, putting together plans, equipment, purchasing, where to purchase different, items from and things like that. And then we opened our first store 15 years ago. Yeah, it's been exciting. There's been lots of ups and downs for sure, which is typical for any small business. So we opened up our first store in June of 2009. Our store here in University City, right off of Penn's campus, opened in September of 2009. We grew quickly, so we had 12 stores open within the first 2 years. And then, we went through some tougher times. So a couple of those stores slowed down a little bit. Lots of other competitors got into the market. There was a lot of market saturation and things like that. So a couple of our stores closed, and then excitedly, the last couple of years, we're starting to grow again. So we opened up our first new store in about 12 years, a couple months ago, and we're working on another new store now. So now we're in the growth phase after, slowing down for several years. Any small business, there are tons of challenges. For us, mostly it's staffing. It's constantly hiring and training and motivating the part-time staff, so that when a customer comes in, we're providing what we say is the best 20 minutes of their day. So, providing a clean store, fresh, frozen yogurt, fresh toppings, a friendly, positive environment is what's most important to us. So it doesn't come easy. Most people think you unlock the door, the business runs itself. I'm here several days a week, till late at night, whether I'm training someone new or having to go in, when someone calls out sick or whatever it may be. So as is the case with any small business, especially in the food business, it's super hands-on. You got to be here often, and to keep things operating well. For sure, the most rewarding is just working at our stores. So, my favorite part of the job is working at the stores, seeing customers as they come in, seeing regular customers who have been coming in for, 10, 12, 15 years. We still have people who come in, several times a week. So interacting with those guests, getting to know them well, interacting with new customers as they experience Kiwi for the first time, whether they're visiting from out of state, whether they are a new student here at Penn, and they come in for the first time is really exciting. So anytime I get to interact with the customers, I'm out front at the registers, talking about different things, that's what's most exciting. As far as mentors go, would definitely be my father. So my father started his own business when he was in his mid-20s, the furniture business, and my sister Ryan and I, grew up working in the furniture business. So that's what I did growing up. From the time I was 12 or 13, I was in the warehouse, sweeping floors, different things like that, whether it be delivering furniture, offloading trucks, things like that. So I grew up working in that business. So he's been our mentor as far as starting Kiwi. Both with support, resources, but really helping with decision making and things like that over the years, especially early on when we were a new business. So we didn't have much business experience other than working at the furniture business. So having him as a mentor and a fellow entrepreneur was super helpful for both of us. My proudest accomplishment is getting to 15 years with Kiwi. So, and most of all, the fact that we just opened up a new store. We're opening up another, new store in the next year. So, the fact that we've survived 15 years, there's very little competition left. So we've seen tons of frozen yogurt shops come and go over those 15 years. But we're still here, and we plan on being here, at Penn and at our other locations and new locations for, another 15, 20, 25 years. my wife and I and a couple of our kids lived in Center City for probably 8 or 9 years. So, you know, our favorite thing to do was going out to eat, you know, the walkability of the city, walking into Rittenhouse, going to parks, you know, things like that with the kids. So other than that, for sure to sports teams. So I'm a passionate sports fan. I have season tickets to the Phillies, Sixers, Eagles. So I go to lots of games, watch every game, things like that. So mostly it's my love for sports. Yeah, so I love all the flavors. We've had maybe 1 or 2 over the years that I wasn't fond of, but typically I'll get 5, 6, 7 flavors in a cup. You know, combinations that wouldn't really mix well together. You'd think, you know, cotton candy, cookies and cream. Right now we have peach, which is really good, creamsicle for the summer season. So I'll kind of mix, you know, 5, 6 flavors, several toppings, and it always comes out tasting great. I would say we have this milk chocolate crunch topping, which is delicious. It's the most addicting topping for sure. It's little crunchies in a chocolate hazelnut sauce. Several of them. As far as the other food businesses, I would say Honeygrow. Definitely Europe. So I studied abroad in Italy, had a great time there, and we've been back once, but we hope to take our family back there next summer is our plan, so love to get back to Italy.